Hey everybody, John Granato from the bench, mornings on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5, and that's AJ Hoffman. He's on the Blitz afternoons on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Not for long, but he's doing that right now. But we need you to hit subscribe so you get all of our content that AJ won't be a part of in the very near future, right here on SportsMap HOU. Hey, we've seen Dusty make some questionable decisions like Paredes, bringing in Paredes with 2 on in a 1-run game. And we saw how that's worked out, but we've seen this now for a while. Question to you, is it Dusty making questionable decisions, or is he got one hand tied behind his back because James Click it hasn't given him anything for that bullpen?
Dusty's pitching decisions will always be questionable because he has a long history of questionable pitching decisions. So anytime you say, man, is Dusty making the right call with a pitcher? The answer is probably not, because historically he doesn't. That said, I mean, you're going to guys, no matter who you take. It's like you come back from a 2-week vacation and you open up the fridge and it stinks and you say, cook me dinner out of here. Just find something, whatever you can find. I mean, no matter what you pull out of that fridge, it ain't going to be that good. So, pulling out what Dusty thought was the least stinky thing at the time. I mean, what if he didn't do that? It was going to be some other Stanek or whoever, and it's just, we know. And honestly, even Ryan Pressly, who I obviously trust more than the rest, it's not like you feel like, oh, well, Ryan Presley's in the game, it's over. The Astros don't have a single guy that goes in there and you go, you know what, I feel totally comfortable right now. And they only have a couple guys that I feel like should even be on a major league roster. It is sort of one hand tied behind the back because what Dusty's working with now is just it's not a contending bullpen.
No, I got a higher opinion of Pressly. If it wasn't for Taylor Jones, Tatis would have never had a chance to hit that 3-run homer. And otherwise, Presley's been money this year. Now, I kind of liked. Listen, McCullers coming back. We don't know who's going to go to the bullpen, but whoever does go to the bullpen, they can be training wheels for a starter. Odorizzi goes 5, and Javier goes 4. Now you don't have him for a while, but you got that win. I like whoever is going to be going to the bullpen here can be training wheels for another starter that kind of sucks, like Odorizzi has sucked. So I kind of like it. If everybody's got their training wheels, listen, he's going to go. If Greinke goes 3 like he did, then you got 6. Go get him. You're tied to Greinke here. So I'm not opposed to this, especially if it's a good arm like Luis Garcia or Odorizzi gets better and he can be the training wheel.
Or Javier. Yeah. I'm with you. I don't hate that idea. I've heard a lot of people say the 6-man rotation is the way to go. I think that's absolutely not right. Pitchers are creatures of habit. They want things to be the way they are every week. Every 5th day they want the ball. If there's a day off in their prep week, they have to make an adjustment and they're uncomfortable with it. You don't want to add a 6th arm, especially at this point in the season. You don't want to have a 6-man rotation. Nobody's going to like that. I think what you're saying is the much more viable way to do it. The question is, do you have that bullpen arm constantly married to Odorizzi? Or do you just say, well, if he's good, well, let's move yours to the next time a guy stinks. What happens if if Greinke does what he did and Odorizzi does what he did in back-to-back days? There's really no way to fix that.
No, but I think, the more arms that you got and better arms going to the bullpen, that's more of a possibility. Framber, for the most part, is going to give you 6 or 7, so that is going to be good. Garcia has been money lately, so you got 2 solid guys there. Urquidy hopefully will be better than he was last time. So I think when you got good, so when McCullers is back, and he'll blow up every 3rd game though, so you're going to need some training wheels for him. But I don't mind at all the way that they used Javier, and maybe he can fill that kind of role for you. You got to win out of it. He gave up 1 hit over 4 innings. I want Javier out there longer and get that win as opposed to using them an inning here and an inning there, and worrying about the rest of the bullpen for the rest of those games.
The problem becomes when Odorizzi or when Greinke has a start like he did. Now maybe you're taking the risk of burning a Christian Javier in a game that might not be winnable at that point anyway, and now you're tying up that guy in a game that you were probably going to lose anyway because your starter was so awful. And now you're going to have to use the crummy bullpen guys in a game that might be tight down the road. It's a really tough call to make. The truth is they just need more quality arms. Like, what you're talking about is great, shifting guys around from starter to the bullpen. That's great. But they need probably at least 2 bullpen arms that they can rely on and just get rid of some of this dead weight.
Unfortunately, Greinke only gives you 3, but you had a 7-4 lead in that game and a 9-8 lead, and the bullpen screwed you. So if you've got a good arm out there as opposed to that, then maybe you got yourself another win in Boston.